more and more people are feeling at sea now. More and more people are feeling lost, and at the very least uncertain about the future. And so these conversations with Sotu, these dynamics on a weekly basis, can explain to you where the energy is, where it's coming from, where it's going, and can assist you in perhaps feeling a little more comfortable about the upcoming changes. We're not here to gloom and doom, but we are here to tell you the dynamics that we see coming down the pike, and we're usually about a week or two ahead of things. So we might be able to assist you and be good for you in those areas. Also, Sotu is genius in a way at getting down to the roots of individual problems, people's individual problems, and then being able to take that and translate that to the bigger picture as how things are going on, because the parallel of what's going on with Black Lives Matter and the demonstrations and the looting and the violence and all of that stuff is all really purposeful in the understanding of what we're being asked as a species. And I'm sure they're going to get more into that as we go on today.
And I know a number of people who actually use this show. It's just a weekly way to sort of get more centered in our emotions and their emotions and our emotions, because one thing that's happening is that we're seeing far more extremes of emotions show up. And it's just not fun to be in those places, and it's not productive, and it's hard to know how to move forward. So
it's not fun to be in those places alone, let's put it that way. And we can perhaps assist you in giving you what shall we say, a bit of compassion and a bit of understanding in a world where you might feel completely misunderstood.
So, that's what we hope to do. We find it works for some folks. So if you know of anyone who you think could be assisted by Sotu's presence, we're here every week and happy to speak with you. So if you're not familiar with the show, Josh now is going to go into a trance. He's basically sort of asleep. We play a bit of music while he's doing that for about 10 seconds, and then the next voice you hear from his body will be that of Sotu. Thank you, Josh.
Righty. Well, good morning, everyone. We are Sotu, and we are here to, what shall we say, give you a picture, motivate you, have you understand the dynamics that are occurring both in the consensus reality and as reflected also from your own personal experience. Because if you wish to remember one thing, yes, it'll open up his eyes. If you wish to understand the dynamics of what is going on in your world, there are two separate realities occurring simultaneously. There is the consensus reality, which is the reality of the consensus, as well as the dynamic of your personal reality. And your personal reality, if you can begin to understand the reflections, can give you a greater understanding of the parts that you each as individuals can play in the greater scheme of things. Now, some of you are on a local bus, and it is that is completely appropriate for the dynamics of your lifetime, and others of you would like to know where that bus is actually going. And so we are here to give you, what shall we say, insights in that by examining the dynamics of what are occurring both in, because you understand there is a constant dynamic of interaction between you and the divine, between you and your individual souls. And so understanding that there is a constant language going on between all of you, you begin to, and between your reality and between the divine, as you begin to understand that language, you can begin to, what shall we say, live a life with more ease and more elegance and more grace.
Being able to read the reflections of the reality.
Right. It's soul talk. It's the way your soul speaks to you. Your soul speaks to you in the reflections of your reality. And we will help you, each of you, in your own way, define that dynamic if you wish. And if not, then you leave us up to our own devices. We will talk somewhat about the bigger picture and explain and perhaps get in a little bit of trouble around some of the things that we would see.